It's time for FIFA 23 Ultimate Team. Let's go!
Hello everyone, we're here with our Ultimate Team producers to give a special presentation on what's new to FUT in FIFA 23.
I'm ready.
Over to you, team.
Thanks, Derek. We are here with Richard and Aslan from the development team to talk about everything new in Ultimate Team. So Aslan, let's start with you. What are you most excited about in FIFA Ultimate Team this year?
You know, there's no question, it has to be FUT Moments. It's our brand new mode. It's going to give players a new way to play, a new way to earn rewards, and it's totally different from anything we've done before. It's going to be single player, fast, fun, bite-sized scenarios with a ton of variety and unique challenges.
Bite-sized, so that means that we can play certain scenarios within a match, like the 75th minute?
You got it.
That's
so it's
solid.
Gonna be short gameplay sessions. It could be scoring a free kick. It could be completing a comeback when you're 2-0 down with only 10 minutes to go. But we'll also have crazier ones, you know, things like scoring a goal with your keeper without completing a single pass, without losing possession. We can do all kinds of fun stuff.
I rate that.
It's just really different from our other modes.
Does that mean that we can recreate matches and scenarios that we've seen in real life over the weekend?
You know, we're going to have a mix, right? So some moments will be inspired by real life, recreating that banger from the weekend, that goal from Son with a finesse shot from outside the box. But we'll also have more unique and creative ones that really just are very distinct and different from how you play in other modes in FUT. So there's going to be a lot of variety and a lot of fun ways to play in moments.
Now, what exactly do you get
when
you complete a moment?
Yeah, so when you're completing moments, I think the most important thing is that you get to set your own difficulty level. So based off your difficulty level, we're going to give you stars as a reward. So stars are a brand new reward type to Ultimate Team this year. So you're going to be able to redeem them in the Moments reward gallery. You're going to always have new rewards for you to be looking out for and exchanging your stars for, but your stars will never go away. So it's up to you if you want to spend them as you earn them or if you want to save them up for something special.
So is it a system that comes in seasons for moments?
Yeah, so there's going to be a mix of content. We're going to have a lot that's going to be available right from launch, and then we're also going to have some seasonal content that's going to come and go. Some might be up for a few days, some might be up for a month.
Now, this is really interesting because some people might come home, play FIFA, but they don't have enough time to play a full match. So this is like you said, bite-sized.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite parts about it is that if I have a few minutes free, now I can
this
jump
whole
into Ultimate
concept
Team and I can make progress.
Is sick.
I can practice my free kicks, I can practice dribbling, or I can just try out a scenario and see how that
We'll have to know whether the rewards are worth it.
What I'm really excited about are the new changes I've been hearing to chemistry.
Right, this is big.
Yeah, I think this is one of the biggest changes we've ever made. In 23, we're totally overhauling chemistry, and you'll have more variety than ever in how you build your squad. So we focused on making it more authentic with how we're doing positioning, more intuitive with how your players are going to link on the pitch, and really just enabling a lot more experimentation and variety when it comes to building your squad.
Now, one thing I noticed about this screen is that there are no chem lines.
No.
Yeah, that's right. So positional links are gone. Players can now link across the entire pitch. Your left back and your right back are linked, your goalkeeper and your striker. If we look at Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, for example, this is an iconic duo, a real threat in the Premier League. In 23, they can now build chemistry towards each other. And the same thing works when you're building hybrid squads. You'll be able to link up your striker, let's say Mbappe, with your defenders from PSG or France or Ligue 1. So there's a lot more options now when it comes to building interesting squads with more variety, instead of having to rely on neighboring links and green links.
So I'm noticing that every player has 3 diamonds on them. Does that represent the chemistry?
Yeah, so players can now have between 0 and 3 chemistry, 0 being the minimum and 3 being the maximum.
So one thing I also see on this screen is the left panel. Does that help you figure out how much chem you're getting for each player?
Yeah, so this will be your reference point for how you build chemistry. Each nation, each club, each league in your squad will be represented in this left panel, and you'll build chemistry towards the thresholds for each of these. As you add players, you'll start working towards these thresholds and unlock chemistry for that nation, league, or club.
So are there any changes to positioning?
The first big change is that most players will have a secondary position. And the secondary position is based off of where they play in the real world.
So let's take Jacques Cancelo, for example. Sometimes he plays at left back for Man City, and then other weekends he plays at right back. So you'll have a secondary position.
So I think that's the perfect example. For the first time, you can now position change from the left side to the right side of the pitch, or vice versa. That means Cancelo could switch from being a right back to being a left back in your squad. And it's also a really cool way that we can differentiate unique players. So Cancelo, based on what he does in real life for City, you can now reflect that in-game as well.
So can players have more than one alternate position?
Yeah, so players can have up to 3 secondary positions, and most will have at least one. If a player is out of position,
Up to 3.
they will always have 0 chemistry. And at 0 chemistry, there are no more negative attributes. They're still going to play at least as good as their base stats. So already you've got a lot more options for trying out players without having to rework your entire squad.
That's very
now
interesting.
Let's talk about icons and heroes. How do they help with the chemistry of the team?
So icons and heroes
Very
always give a
different.
unique benefit to your team, and that's not changing with 23. Icons and heroes, as long as they're in the right position, will always be at full chemistry. On top of that, icons will count as 2 players towards their nation, and heroes will count as 2 players towards their league. If you play an icon or hero out of position, they're going to be at 0 chemistry. Now remember, at 0 chem, players won't have negative attributes, so they're always going to play at least as good as their base stats. So you can try out icons and heroes out of position if you just want to see what they play like in that squad.
So everybody's been talking about crossplay, and I want to know, how is that going to affect FIFA Ultimate Team?
So what that means for us is that we're adding crossplay to all of our 1 versus 1 modes. So if you're playing on the same generation of consoles as someone, you're going to be able to match up with them. So that means our PlayStation and our Xbox users are finally going to get to battle head-to-head. What that also means is that we're introducing crossplay to our friendlies modes as well. So if you have friends and you want a bit of a friendly competition from platform
It's a shame you can't do co-op crossplay this year.
And what does that mean for the transfer market?
We have one global transfer market for most players. So if you're a FUT trader, you should pay attention to this because it means there's going to be more content for you to play with and more people who are going to be competing on the transfer market as well.
So in terms of draft, FUT champions, and
one
rivals,
global
will that be
market
crossplay as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So all of our 1 versus 1 head-to-head modes are going to be crossplay.
On top of that, we're also adding global leaderboards. So for the first time in Rivals, you're going to look at the Elite Division and see players from other platforms to compete for that #1 spot. But you can also toggle it to only look at your platform leaderboard as well.
So I'll be honest, one thing I love doing is
I'm interested how that works in terms of rewards.
Is there anything new when it comes to that?
Yeah, we're making upgrades across the board, Shu. So your stadium's going to have a new roof for tier 1, 2, and 3. We've got new animated pitch trophies that look awesome.
Nice.
New animated tifos as well. So
Also
how you can
nice.
customize and show off your stadium is going to look so much better in FIFA 23.
So it's a World Cup year. Is there anything coming for FUT?
We are going to have the World Cup in FUT this year, but I can't really say anything else, so stay tuned.
Well, I mean, hey, you can't get everything you want, but we did get a lot of great new details on FIFA Ultimate Team in FIFA 23. We heard about the brand new mode, FUT Moments.
That looks sick.
A brand new chemistry system.
So does this.
Redefine the way we play Ultimate Team. Crossplay functionality.
That's
and
cool.
Of course, visual customization.
That's nice as well.
Make your stadium look incredible. Aslan, Richard, it's been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to FIFA 23. And back to you, Derek.
Cheers, everyone. Stuart and I will make sure we provide the perfect chemistry off the pitch all season long.
First impression, really like the changes, right? So this moments mode, to kick things off, having the first things first, actually having the challenges on the screen in-game, I really hope that that can potentially happen for objectives. So if you go into a specific mode, like, I don't know, Premier League tournament that's to earn this new Patson Daka card, hopefully you can see the objectives on the screen, or at least in the pause menu, maybe. That'd be really cool if that's possible. But I feel like the concept of this is really cool. We've had something like it in the past. I think it was maybe in like the 2014 World Cup game or something like that, where you could play through different moments. And, like, for example, some of the ones here, pass the ball from your goalkeeper to your centre-back to your centre-mid to your striker in that order. Something really simple, but a cool little random challenge that you can do to get your rewards. And then they showed as well...
A new way to play, a new way
Well, here's also the pack opening, part of the pack opening animation as well. We obviously don't know what's going to happen in terms of walking down a tunnel or something like that. But this is... the background of this looks sick.
Single player, fast,
very cool. But these... You see... As they're going through this, the reward levels change as well. And you can see, depending on the modifiers, exactly what's going to change in the game. Here, you can select your reward level. So, I'm assuming that if you switch from this one to this one, that's where the difficulty will change. So this first one is on amateur, as you can see just above me here. I assume if you flick the right stick to this one, then it will go up to, let's say, maybe professional, and you'll get better rewards, maybe more stars, etc., etc.
In a match like the
so that's really cool.
You got it. So it's gonna be
also another look at the free kicks that have changed for this FIFA.
Sessions. It can be scoring a free.
Some of the ones that they showed, by the way, complete one tackle, pass the ball one time, score a goal. Some of them are really small, but really easy. This complete 3 passes, get an assist with Mbappe, right? But
matches and scenarios that we've seen in real life.
Where is it?
You know, we're gonna have a mix, right? So
that one easy. It was when he was. So these, right? Foosball, ring toss, air hockey. Grab your air hockey paddle, also known as a striker, and take a shot on target from your opponent's left and right side with any shot type. Bizarre, but cool. And then this one, where is he? Here, I think it was.
And I can make progress. I can practice my free kicks. I can.
Oh no, a little bit earlier.
So this is like, yeah, like you said.
I can't remember where it is, but one of them was do a rainbow flick with Mbappe, right? And then the fact that these stars can then be used as their own currency. I wonder if we're potentially not going to get season objectives, and this is going to replace that. So your milestones will get replaced with this new mode that they've got here, the moments, because you can see obviously here mashup of challenges. You can see how many of the moments you've done, your progress towards the stars, and the bonus stars that you get, I guess, for completing the whole set.
We're going to have a lot,
and there's 32 in total here that you can get.
And then we're also going to have some seasonal content that's going to come.
And then as they show it,
some people might come home.
Where is
but
it?
They don't have enough time to play a full match. So this is like, yeah. Like
where was the other reward?
And go. Some might be up for a few days.
They showed that you can get. Oh, here. Here it is. So you can use your stars to potentially get packs right here.
And exchanging your stars
or alone on Mbappe. And this is why I think this has potentially replaced your season milestone stuff now. Because this looks very similar to that. And it will take time in order for you to earn these stars. And then you can build up to bigger and better packs and players and stuff like that. So I feel like that is potentially going to be a replacement. We'll have to wait and see, but that's my initial guess. Then a quick look again at the chemistry system.
Tell me more about that.
Has been completely redefined. So it seems as if, well, there's 33 total stars that you can get in your chemistry system. Each player can get up to 3 points in chem. Mbappe, in order to get 3, will need PSG, French League links here, and then I believe the third one you get from the manager. That's what someone has said previously, and I don't think they really showed anyone with 3 stars.
And really just gone. Players can now link right in the Premier League.
The fact that you can link across the pitch is really cool. So in this team, in theory, Trent is linking to Harry Kane. And you need 3 Premier League players in order to get a star on your player.
23.
Which is really cool.
The chemistry?
Yeah, so players can
here
now
they
have
are.
Between 0 and 3, how you build chemistry.
So yeah, building up the chem like this is really, really cool.
Will be represented.
And I think another thing that's really cool as well is the fact that a player on 0 chem will play to their stats. And so now you can only get boosted stats. You can't go down.
In the real world.
So let's take João Cancelo, for example. Sometimes
the position change thing is really cool as well.
Weekends he plays at right back.
So, yeah, if you play in a different position in real life, like Cancelo plays left back and right back, even right wing when he was at Juve, you can now apply the position change consumable.
So I think that's the perfect example. For the first time, you can now put
here, and it's no specific position modifiers anymore, like cam to centre mid or whatever.
From the left side to the right.
You just press on this, and these are the ones that you can change him to. So a right back can go to a right wing back or left back, which is really, really cool. And you'll obviously see other players, for example, they had Mbappe, who can be a striker or a left wing, so you can have big position changes as well, but you're no longer going to see a striker at DM to start a game, because they're going to be on 0 chemistry. Same with the icons and heroes having to be in position as well. Really, really intriguing to see how this is going to change squad building and squad building series and stuff like that as well. So, very intriguing. Very, very, very intriguing. Also intriguing that Rooney has 3 stars, but it doesn't really explain how. So, I'm not sure.
If you play an icon or hero out of position.
And then what else have we got? Crossplay. We all knew that crossplay was going to be a thing. There's a global market, so basically anyone on console or whatever, we're all sharing the same market now, guys. So the guys that have been on Xbox before that have struggled to do SBCs because this random silver card is 10k, it's now a shared market. You're not going to have one being cheaper than the other, one being outrageously difficult to do SBCs and challenges with. It's fine, right? You're all good. They always have 3 stars. Okay, perfect. Whereas the heroes will still need their links, right? So, yeah. Crossplay in terms of playing against people, that's fine. It's a shame we don't have crossplay co-op for stuff, but maybe later in the year or next FIFA, or not FIFA, EA Sports FC. But the cross-platform market is a big one. It is a big one. And I like how they specifically mentioned traders. Yeah, it's going to be potentially way easier or way harder to trade. And it's either going to make the average market price of a player shoot up or go down. We won't know until the game comes out, but having this global market with such a big supply, really, really intriguing.
You should pay attention to this.
And then the visualizations. Oh, this thing as well. With crossplay, this fascinates me. So, I really, really want to know how this is going to affect rewards, because they've still kept it as the top 200. So, does that mean that it's now way harder to get top 200? Because you've got people from all platforms coming on? Or are rewards actually going to be split into the consoles? We'll have to wait and see. Maybe you'll get way better rewards for being top 200 now because it's even harder to do. Again, we'll have to wait.
I mean, rivals. You're going to look at the Elite Division.
And then the last stuff, visualization,
animated,
cool stuff. Give me an animated cream puff statue. That's all I want. And then the World Cup. We obviously knew that we were going to get World Cup stuff in FIFA 23, but they're not going to detail it just yet. So, yeah, there's your first look at it. Looks cool so far. I'm interested to hear your thoughts.